welcome. Tonight was the February 22nd meeting of the Grand Rapids City Council. Relatively short meeting. We didn't have a work session tonight, so we had a short consent agenda. Mainly, we hired full-time and part-time seasonal employees and approved a golf concession contract extension. And then went into the regular meeting where we had a department head report from Chief Scott Johnson from the police department. He talked about the makeup of the police department, the average age being 39, and kind of the breakdown of employees. And then he went into the calls this year versus previous years, and then by category. And so this is not any different than the rest of the state, but calls were down in 2020. We certainly assume that's due to COVID. In 2019, we had 10,899 calls, and in 2020, we had 9,263 calls. Calls were down for motor vehicle issues, disorderly conduct, drugs, and theft. That was up slightly in vandalism, assault, and burglary. But all those were very similar to other towns in the state at this point. We talked about the animal control facility and that 91% of animals were returned to their owner. And then this last year we had 7 that were adopted out, and we had no animals that were not that had to be euthanized. And it was also fun. We always think of dogs and cats as part of our animal control department's job, but they also get other animals at times. He showed us pictures of the police capturing a injured owl and then also a beaver. He also talked about blight. Blight was up just slightly in 2020, not significantly, but of the 87 cases this year, 80, after talking with the owners, 80 of them were compliant and only 7 needed to be ticketed and to take it any further. So we appreciate the cooperation of the community. He then went over his goals for 2019 and 2020. Of course, some were kind of delayed by COVID, but those that he could work on, the department could work on, were done, including providing in-house training instructors. It's been more and more difficult to get instructors, so we have a couple of our local officers who have been certified to be trainers, and we're doing some of the items in-house from here on out, and then also helping neighboring departments as well. After Chief Johnson's report, we adopted a rental housing ordinance, one that's been discussed since 2014. We've had a community committee with various constituents in the rental business and otherwise, everywhere from small units to large units. At one of our last work sessions, we went through that to see the changes that have been made that we had asked from previous years, and then we suggested a few items this last go around, and they came back with a final ordinance. And that was approved. And so roughly in August of 2021, we expect we'll be up and ready to go, and the first part of that will be registering rental housing before we get into any rest of the ordinance. Tonight we approved a few boards and commissions, members of the community who have volunteered to do so, and we would use this opportunity to announce that we still have 4 that are unfilled. And so if you have an interest in any of these, please let City Hall know. We have an opening on the EDA board, we have an opening on the Planning Commission, we have an opening on the Western Mesabi Mine Planning Board, and then what's the 4th one? The 4th one, we have one more opening on the Human Rights Commission. And then finally, at the end of the general meeting, we had a public hearing to rezone 0.6 acres of land from limited business to general business. the former Faith Baptist Church on the corner of 5th Street and 6th Avenue Northeast. The space has been bought and is being asked to convert into a business called Co-House Collective Workshop. This would be, or workspace, I should say. This would be kind of a incubator site for businesses who are looking for space before they can, to get started, before they buy or rent their own space. So it's a unique opportunity that this is being presented. And actually the use of this would be allowed in up to 5,000 square feet locations, but the church they bought is 6,500 square feet. And so rather than looking for a Class 1 non-conforming use that would be created, they would like to expand it to general business zoning, which is consistent with the area that they're at. If you look to the east, south, and southwest, all of those are already general business. There's an attorney office nearby, there's an insurance office, there's Subway, there's a door business, a garage door business, et cetera, et cetera. So, and also the future land use map from the comprehensive plan has that area moving to general business anyway, with kind of 5th Street North being a natural dividing line. So anything south of 5th Street would fit into the general business, and anything north would be, at least in the northeast of that spot, and due north would be single residential housing. So the Planning Commission approved it, as did the City Council this evening, so we wish them the best of luck. And with that, we adjourn the meeting, and we meet again on March 8th. March 8th, 2021 at 5 p.m. Hope you all enjoy the warmer weather. I know it hit above 40 today, and much appreciated effort for our Public Works Department in clearing the snow that came with it, but we sure do appreciate the better weather. So with that, good evening.